Marvel Rivals massive event changes everything. Wait, I saw the thumbnail. It looked like a nine-tailed fox character and Black Cat. I don't know who the nine-tailed fox character is. So.
And here we go. What's going on, everybody? My name is Wilson, ladies and gentlemen. My good googly moogly, Marvel Rivals has cooked up an insane amount of news for us to break down. Their big event at the El Capitan Theater definitely delivered. It seems like all the people that were attending had a bunch of fun, but in addition to that, all of us who didn't get to go got to learn a bunch of cool stuff, including a bunch of plans for PvE modes leading towards something that they titled Path to Doomsday. On top of that, we got the teaser for the characters.
We have more PvE modes. Can we just focus on balancing the game?
For season number 7, we got a bunch of cosmetics to talk about, a new Chrono Rush event, and a bunch more stuff. Now, of course, before we get into all the awesome news, please don't forget to take a quick moment and leave a like. Without further ado, let's get into those news. So let's
The reason I say that is because I didn't like the zombies mode. I thought it was lame, and the fact that they kept pushing me to play it to get specific rewards, I didn't want to do it, bro. I did not want to do it.
With the thing that I think most of us are most excited for, and that is obviously the teasers for season number 7. I think that is probably the thing that people are most excited to hear about. Now, what did they say about that during their...
They should make a show out of this. They should make a show out of Rivals. Like an anime or something.
El Capitan event. Well, they said, and I quote, a master thief and a secret agent.
Because is this the trailer, or is this fan concept or something? Because I think in this art style, this as a show, just peak content.
Collide in New York.
There's already a comic book. I've read like the first 7 issues as they were coming out, and then I lost access to my Marvel Unlimited subscription. So I never continued reading it.
For an impossible mission. Now, of course, let's rewind for a moment. We have had this teaser image before from some of the story elements of the game, where a lot of people
Black
pointed
Cat
out
and a White
the
Fox
character and Black Cat up at the front. And of
Oh
course,
my!
we had previously gotten a teaser image of Black Cat in New York with that wanted poster.
Oh, I
So,
remember this.
Naturally speaking, yes, this is most definitely a teaser for our upcoming characters being Black Cat. Be freaking awesome. I think they could definitely do some interesting stuff there from a gameplay perspective. Most likely going to be kind of...
Oh my god. If that's what the character looks like base, you know how everybody wanted to play Deadpool when he first came out? Everybody is dropping their fucking mains and immediately picking up Black Cat. Because look at the way that character looks. You're telling me you wouldn't immediately play that character no matter what?
like a dive character. I also think that this is probably going to be bad news, but I fully expect her to be a duelist. But who knows? Maybe they'll come up with an interesting way to make her a strategist. I really don't see her being a vanguard, but...
She's not going to be a strategist. If they make her a strategist, what the fuck?
Hey,
I don't know what White Fox even is, so I have no opinion on that whatsoever. But Black Cat's going to be a duelist. We already know that.
I guess maybe they could come up with some interesting new variants there. But in addition to that, of course, when it comes to White Fox, I know people are going to say, well, why did hearing the line about Agent make you think of White Fox? Well, because she's part of a faction called the Agents of Atlas. And, by the way, also, Luna Snow is part of that team as well. So I fully expect those two to have a bunch of crossover voice lines of them making references to going on missions as the Agents of Atlas. So that is definitely something to look forward to. Now, the most important question I have for you guys is, which one do you think will be debuting first? So once season 7 debuts, will it be Black Cat or will it be White Fox that we will be seeing debut first? Let me know down in the comment section below. And
don't they always do the least popular character first? Because that's what they did with Emma Frost, but she ended up being way better than Ultron. Wait, but season 1 with the Fantastic Four, they did Reed Richards and Sue Storm, and then Johnny Storm and Ben Grimm second. I'm trying to remember the release order for the rest of the characters. Yeah, they did Angela first, and then they did Daredevil, right? Who came out with Phoenix? I don't even remember, bro.
Let me know what you think of these two characters being our next two that we'll get to play in Marvel Rivals. Oh, but as cool as those new characters being teased for Season 7 are, we also got something else that I am personally...
But yeah, they did Deadpool, and then they did Elsa. They do the more popular character. Wait. No, not always. Wait, in that sense, it would be... I don't know.
Extremely excited about now that I've gone ahead and dove into the details. So what am I talking about? Well, besides the new Season 7 teasers, we also got the announcement of an entire campaign that will be starting in April of this year and going all the way until December. Now, this campaign will be known as Marvel...
Oh, I didn't know the Avengers skins come out in April. I've just been seeing this. I didn't even see the Avengers one. I just been seeing Ultron, Infinity War, Endgame, and Doomsday. That's all I've been seeing. I haven't seen the one in April.
Rivals Path to Doomsday. So basically, starting with April, they're going to go ahead and release PvE modes that celebrate the Avengers movies as we count down towards the newest entry in Avengers Doomsday this December. So in April, we're getting...
You can manipulate enemy heroes in battle using mind control and summon the 6 heroes he commands to join the battle.
What is bro yapping
in
about?
pursuit of victory. The other heroes can also summon Hulk under certain conditions, recreating iconic scenes from the film.
Yes, so what he's talking about there is actually the announcement of the first of these PvE modes that will be...
I'm not gonna lie, combined with the bad audio and his very thick accent, I could not understand a word he was saying.
Marvel Studios' The Avengers, the original Avengers movie, and basically what this one is going to do is going to be an asymmetrical PvP mode where one player plays as Loki, and then you will face off against 6 other players trying to defeat them. More specifically, we got some more details saying Loki will be equipped with an all-new skill set, so not the same moves that you have for regular Loki currently in the game. He will be combining deceptions, illusions, and powerful Infinity Stone abilities to turn enemies against each other to claim victory.
So he's going to be able to use the scepter, the Mind Stone, right? Yeah, the Mind Stone, because Vision got the scepter was the Mind Stone, and that's how Vision was created. Anyways, he's gonna be able to use that to mind control people. Bro.
Also summon the Hulk. Under certain conditions, you'll be able to recreate iconic scenes from the film. And I think that they're obviously referring to the Hulk smashing Loki and going puny god. So I think that that is most likely what the reference there is too. Again, I think that this is extremely exciting. I know a lot of people really actually enjoyed the Marvel Zombies mode. I had fun with it as
I did
well
not.
until we got to the tediously annoying, very, very high difficulties. But the cool news here is that I think that this is kind of a safe bet for a couple of things. So first of all, I think that there is most likely going to be a Hulk skin that is based on the Avengers movie.
There should be.
I think that if you're a Hulk player, that is something that you get to look forward to in April. I feel like that is a pretty safe bet to make. But the other...
Because I've always been wondering, why haven't they done that already? Why haven't they given every Avengers skins from the movies? Now we know.
Thing is that, of course, if we zoom out and go back to the Path of Doomsday, this also opens up some interesting conversations about what's to come down the line. So, of course, with Avengers Age of Ultron, I fully expect this PvE mode to be tweaked to where then one person controls Ultron while the others are trying to go ahead and defeat Ultron with maybe like Ultron bots and that sort of thing. So that should be pretty cool. Again, opens up the possibility for some skins based on that film. Then we zoom on over in August. We'll be receiving the Avengers Infinity War portion of this Path to Doomsday event. So most likely, this is fingers crossed, but This is probably where we get the debut of Thanos. I'm so curious to see if Thanos will be a playable character at this point in the game.
Yeah,
Because
there's no way that they don't release Thanos in the Infinity War season. Right? And then Doomsday, we're gonna get Doctor Doom. What the hell are they gonna do in Ultron season? Vision? What would Vision even be? I feel like he could be any of the roles, because Vision is just kind of unpredictable for what his power would be. He's made out of vibranium, right? Technically. So, tank. But also, T'Challa isn't a tank. He has magical powers, quote unquote, healing. And Duelist, just overall him fighting and flying and being able to hand-to-hand combat and lasers and all his powers.
We're looking at April and
So
June.
I don't know.
Both of the villains in those movies are playable characters in Marvel Rivals. So deductive reasoning would
Imagine they bring Nebula during Endgame. Nebula and Drax. I think they gotta bring Drax in at some point, right? He's just gotta join the Guardians team up.
have you believe that there's maybe a good chance that with Avengers Infinity War or maybe October's Avengers Endgame, they will actually make Thanos a playable character in this game as well. And I think he would be a pretty awesome thing.
Don't bring him up in the Endgame season. Don't do it. I don't know. Thanos was barely part of Endgame. Until like halfway through the fucking movie. No shot.
Now, can't think that they can
Hot take, bro. Thanos fucking sucked in Endgame. I hated him.
have him use Infinity Stones because that would make
The worst villain. They made him the best villain in Infinity War, and then immediately in Endgame, trashed everything that was good about him.
broken. But regular Thanos could definitely make.
And they
a
made a
pretty
worse
fun,
Avengers
playable
movie overall.
Vanguard Hank. And of course, finally, that would also then take us to December when Avengers Doomsday releases, where I'm very curious to see, will we finally get a playable Doom that we'll be able to go ahead and take control over? All of that sounds pretty dang exciting. I genuinely feel like this announcement kind of went
Imagine they bring in King the Conqueror in the Doomsday season.
over a lot of people's heads just because they really looked at it as a surface level thing, like, oh, okay, it's fine, they're doing like a little limited edition mode PvE thing. But I'm like, this has a lot of implications. This has implications for skins that we might get. This has implications for playable characters that we might get this year. So I think that this is a very, very cool and a very exciting announcement.
I am very intrigued to see where this is going.
And yes, next up, we got to talk about the stuff that is actually releasing this week with the newest update. Because I know we've been talking about the future, and that's all exciting and all, but there's also cool stuff to look forward to this very week. Starting with the brand new Captain America skin. This one is titled Cursed Captain. It is an all-original design. I really do love the emote being a nice little tribute to Berserk, so that is definitely pretty dang cool there. Obviously, if you're a manga fan and if you're a Berserk fan, that's a pretty cool homage there.
I fucking love Berserk. Should I react to that on the Patreon as well? I fucking love that show, bro. And it's not too long. I feel like I could react to that on the Patreon as well.
The sword and all that, so massive dubs there. I actually really like the design. Unfortunately, I don't play Captain America, but I do think that this actually looks really cool. This will be an epic rarity skin, which means that it will run you 1,600 units if you're planning to go ahead and purchase this one. And yes, the other character that will be debuting this week with a brand new costume is, of course, Psylocke. This is the once captive Corsair, or the Marauder sub-theme for Psylocke. This is an all-original skin as well, and the good news is that this one, just like the Cursed Captain skin that we just looked at a moment ago, is also an epic rarity skin, which means that it will run you 1600 units. And once again, I fully do expect for them to have some sort of a bundle of the two skins available for purchase as well, with a slightly discounted price point. And good news if you really love this design for Psylocke, if you really like the kind of pirate-inspired Psylocke, the good news is that they also did announce that we're going to be getting an emoji bundle to go along with it. So if you're a fan of the emojis, you'll be able to go ahead and add those to your purchase for this week as well. Now, one thing that I'm extremely excited to announce is that they also did confirm that the event of Chrono Rush is returning, which is so awesome. I'm a huge fan of this event. I feel like the last time that they introduced this, it was super duper nice to have so much more rewards in terms of competing, just basically completing matches, and you would get all these extra chrono tokens that you can then redeem however you see fit, whether that be opening up more of your battle pass entries quicker, or in
I've
my
already
case,
finished
since I've
it, though.
completed the battle pass, I was able to go ahead and redeem 1000 chrono tokens for units, which was really cool because it felt like
That's what I just keep doing. I just keep getting more and more units because I'm already getting plushie tokens weekly anyways. So why would I spend it on more plushie tokens? There's no reason to, because I'm just gonna unlock all of them eventually just by playing the game. So why not use the extra chrono tokens to get more units?
you're kind of working towards an actual reward more so than usual. So I think that this is absolutely wonderful. For those that don't know, essentially Chrono Rush is just basically their way of allowing you to go ahead and earn more chrono tokens, and there's no cap on how many points you can earn, which is super duper cool. So basically the more that you play, the more chrono tokens you earn. So that is definitely quite awesome. The duration of this event will be the same as last time, so just around 2 weeks long, starting with March 5th's update and ending on March 20th. And then we just have a couple more quick rapid fire things that we need to run through, including the fixes that will be going live this week. So yes, once again, they will be addressing a couple of problems that certain characters have had in terms of the actual like animations and things like that. So not any sort of balancing issues. So fear not. Iron Fist, Angela, and Doctor Strange will be the 3 characters that will be experiencing some fixes. And then lastly, the last thing that I did need to cover in today's video
There's a
was
Jeff
that
keyboard.
during that previously discussed
There's a Jeff keyboard? Wait, that's really cool. It looks like it's for the girly pops more, but it does look really cool.
the last thing that I did need to cover in today's video was that during that previously discussed event that they held at the El Capitan Theater for Marvel Rivals, they did also announce a brand new collaboration with Team Liquid, where they're going to be releasing a slew of merchandise. So they did show the mouse pads, or I guess playmats, if you want to use them for trading cards or something like that. So they showed the Jeff playmats and the keyboard that they'll be releasing. But then on top of that, they did confirm that there's going to be a slew of other merchandise that will be going live with that, like these really cool kind of Fantastic Four inspired jackets.
That's
a
cool.
bunch of other stuff. So again, if you're someone that likes Marvel Rivals merchandise and you're a fan of Team Liquid stuff, this is something that you might be in the market for. So there you have
I'm gonna have to
another
look into
Marvel
that.
Rivals update in the book.
Those look really cool. I hope that they have more keyboards or mouse pads.
And this one was pretty dang exciting.
For
I'm
different
really
characters.
looking forward to season 7 now.
Because
Really-
I like the Jeff one, but I'm not buying that. I would feel too much like a girly pop buying that.
Curious to see which one they choose to debut first, Black Cat or White Fox. But then in addition to that, I am extremely
I think White Fox
curious
is gonna
to
come
see
out first.
what those characters will be in terms of their character classes. Because I feel like, naturally speaking, when I think of those characters from their appearances in the comics, and
Because
other
I
things
feel
that
like
they-
White Fox is more likely to be a strategist, right? So they're gonna bring out her first, and then they would bring out a duelist. Because why would they bring another duelist just for more people to complain?
have appeared in, I kind of immediately default to them most likely being a duelist and a strategist, with Black Cat being a duelist and White Fox being a strategist. But who knows? Maybe they kind of throw us for a loop and they figure out a way to maybe mix it the other way around. Or maybe they're both duelists. Maybe they're both strategists. And heck, maybe even one of them is a Vanguard. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Which class are they going to end up being? In addition to that, of
Wait, I gotta make a video on this. Wait. Chat, subscribe. I'll see y'all later. I'm gonna record this next video.